Hi FlossTube, this is Karen with KEB Studio Creations.
And Jason with Karen. Why did I start that?
So we have a lot to go through today, but I'm going to try to talk slower because
Karen has a lot to do today.
Because people did agree with Jason that I need to talk slower. So I will try. So we're going to start with whips today. And the first one is Change by Across the Stitch.
Did we want to start with welcoming people?
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming to watch us. We appreciate it.
Both new and old. Yes, everybody,
any new
welcome.
Subscribers, our previous subscribers, anyone who's just checking us out for the first time, thank you for joining us, and we appreciate it.
And now we'll start with Karen's whips.
Yes, we appreciate any comments, likes, subscribes, all of the above. So this is Change by Across the Stitch, and it's stitched on 14 count white Aida.
Because I'm guessing you're going to insert what it's supposed to look like and old stuff and things like that. I want to get it looking good. Hold on.
The comparison with the old one I put at the end of the section.
Oh, okay.
About it. But I am closing in on this other edge
corner.
Yeah, I'm hoping by next time I will have reached the corner at least on one, either on the top or the bottom. Because I do the colors top and bottom. Or back and forth, just whichever one I moved over to the next color and then do it on the other side. So I'm almost to the other side.
It's looking so good. Why did you stop working on the text?
The text?
Mm-hmm.
Because the text feels easier to do.
Oh, okay.
I did work on it a little bit this time. Because I was finishing up. I was watching a FlossTube. Who was I watching? Candy, the 614 Stitcher. I was watching her. And I had finished my 3 strands for the day. But I still had some time left in her video, so I just worked on the words some. Because that's what I do for my old whip Wednesday. I do 3 strands in my
Wait, is this one your old whip now?
It's my oldest whip except for the model stitch that's in timeout.
Oh, okay.
And some days I'm just like, maybe I should just trash that idea and maybe I should restart it. Maybe I should, I don't know. I don't know what'll happen with that. I have a mistake. I need to figure it out. I'm half a stitch off somewhere.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
Yeah. If it was a full stitch off, I would just change the pattern. But half a stitch off, that's a problem.
But anyway, what's up next?
This is Gaia by Quaternion Creations.
Oh, wait. And
it is on 18 count Stormy Cloud Aida by Zweigart. So I've reached the bottom on this. And I'm just using... I don't think I wrote it down this time.
It's a variegated floss.
It's this. It's a 12-weight cotton, and it's by Valdani. So, yeah. So I just used 1 strand. And it's variegated. I'm still a little worried about the light blue, because it's got like a dark blue, 2 dark blues and a dark green, and then it's got this really light blue. But I think it'll be okay. And
it's looking good. It's fine.
But I'm enjoying stitching on that. So this next one is my design. I haven't released it yet. I plan to release it someday. But if you want it, you can just let me know and I will send you the pattern. But this is my tracker.
Has anybody reached out for the design?
No one's asked for it.
That's
so
okay.
I am tracking the genres of the books I read. And you could use this as a temperature tracker or anything else. But, so yeah, we're, just keep tracking.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
And this is on 28 count Old Dame Clay Joblin. And
I love how people can always tell what day we're recording this based off of your tracker.
But I was originally going to try to get this released at the end of this year. I don't think that's going to happen with how
life events.
How this year's been going. But I do plan, I have a version that I want to do, finish designing for next year that is a different bookshelf, but very similar. But I do think I will change up some of the colors that I'm using for the different genres for next year. Just because I'm not completely happy with some of the ones I used this year. But I still like it. So the next one is His Name is Jesus by Martha Pilgrim, Joyful Expressions. And this is, if you subscribe to their newsletter, you can get this for free. And this is on 14 count Picture This Plus Heroic Aida. And my goal this last time was to finish stitching Jesus, and I did. So I'm over 50% done now. And yeah. It's looking really good.
Beautiful. I love
yeah,
I love the etoile.
Yeah.
The etoile I think was a great idea for this.
I like it. Sometimes it feels like it's maybe a little extra, but I'm really enjoying it.
Sorry, there's just a random J.
Yeah.
Blue J right now.
I started Jehovah, but all I got was the J.
It's a blue jay. Sorry, I'm full of puns and I love them. Okay.
So this next one is Unicorn in Captivity by Wild Violet CrossStitch. And this is on 16 count Picture This Plus Mystic Aida. I now have all the colors on it. I'm about 50% done with this as well. I did change one of the colors, the lighter gray in the mane and stuff. It was too light for me. I couldn't tell the difference from the white. So I just went up a color. Like it was just a shade darker of the exact same. It was like one number different. But then I could see it and that made me happy.
If you want to know the conversion, reach out.
Yeah. And I will put that eventually. When I finish it, I usually put my conversions. But if you want to know before then, I'm totally willing. Because I have my show notes down below. The links to my blog where I have the before and after pictures. I have all the information about the patterns. So if I forget to say something, check the show notes. It'll tell you.
I have whips. I just can't show any.
Yeah, he's working on model stitch still. Yep. Oh, that's that one. So this was a start and a finish and an FFO since the last time. So this is a snowflake freebie from Stitch Modern, and I stitched it on 16 count Picture This Plus Mystic Aida, just using some whiteboards.
And turned it into a card.
I did. So there will be a lot of FFOing coming up, but I was doing a lot of FFOs, and I had a little bit of fabric left on this strip of fabric I'd stitched some motifs on. So I stitched that on there to use up that last bit of fabric. Because I wanted to. Nope. So this is kind of a whip finish. Anyways, so last time I was working on this bookshelf, and I finished that up. And then I started another one.
She loves her bookshelves.
I do. I don't know why I love these so much, and I don't need this many bookshelf bookmarks, but maybe I'll give them away. I don't know. So all I got was the border, and this is on some 14 count Aida cream. I don't know what color it is. It's just
mystery.
Yeah, it was leftover strands of Aida. So that was a mix of start, finish, FFO, all the above. Okay, so now the FFOs. There's a lot of them because I'm trying to reduce my FFO list. I'm down to 40 now after everything I showed here today, but I'm hoping to maybe get down to 15 by the end of the year on my FO list. We'll see.
First up is the Moonlit Owl and the Luna Moth. We'll start with the Luna Moth.
Luna Moth is by Sirithre, and it was a freebie. I'm pretty sure both of these are freebies. And it's on 14 count hand-dyed navy blue Aida. And then the Moonlit Owl is by Wild Violet CrossStitch, and it's on 14 count navy Aida. And I used orts for this, and then I used orts for the yellow on the other.
Used orts for both of these.
Yeah, but this was, I had a bunch of color that had gotten separated from its skein, and I didn't want to figure it out.
And turned it into like a little needle keeper.
So I was like, I'm not sure how this will work, but I just used some binding stuff. I forget what it's called.
It looks good.
And then some wool felt I had, and I used a thicker binding to put the wool felt together. Like, this is not how you would usually do a needle book, but it worked. And so I'm thinking for this needle book is going to be needles from kits. So that's what is going to go on here, is needles that are left over from kits. Because I often don't know what size they are, what quality they are, but if I ever need needles and I want them, yeah. So the next one is the Earth Day Band Sampler by Stitchy Nati, and it's on 18 count hand-dyed light blue Aida, and I stitched this using orts. And I like how it turned out. I made it kind of a little wall hanging sort of thing. Originally I was thinking to put like a small
dowel,
a thin dowel or stick or something. But then as I was getting to the end, I was like, no, I think I'm going to use just some lace instead. So love how that turned out. I'm planning to hang it in our laundry room because there's these hooks, and they're behind the washer and dryer because they were there before we put the washer and dryer in that room. And so it's really hard to hang things on them, but it's great to hang some cross stitch on, so I can decorate my laundry room. Next one. Okay, so this is the Italian Assisi bell pull. I should have brought a picture of what it really looks like, but I'll maybe insert a picture. But it's by Deborah Fasano of Historic Handworks, and it was in Just Cross Stitch February 2022. And it's on 18 count Zweigart Vintage Country Mocha Aida.
I think this turned out really well, but with the variegated floss. I don't know, it gives it a more rustic feel.
I mean, it's
not variegated, it's orts.
It's orts.
Wow,
so,
big difference. But I don't know, it gives it a sort of rustic feel.
Yeah, but the pattern has 5, so I stitched 3 together, and I stitched a separate one. And this other one I just put in a small frame. But I really love how this turned out. I'm not as in love with this, partly because this light section makes it harder to see the outline of the bird.
It's fine.
It's fine, but that's why I don't love it like I like this. So, yeah.
These were fun to watch getting stitched.
And I bought the felt that's adhesive. And so I put some of that on the back of this just to
test it out a little bit more.
Use it as something besides just on a bookmark. Is this the next one? Actually, this is the one I forgot to put on the list. I realized this last night after I printed out my thing. But I know what it is. So, this was a Christmas ornament I got last year. And then this was a test stitch I did for my
starry Christmas alphabet, right?
Yeah, Christmas star alphabet. So I have an alphabet, and then I have 2 motifs for each of my alphabets that I released. So this was a test stitch for that. And it's on, I think, just some like Fiddler's Light, 14 count Aida. But I finished it on this, and I really love how this looks. So, yeah. That's that.
Again, more rustic.
So the next one, and I wish I gave away the pattern, so I can't show you what the original pattern is. Maybe if I can find a picture online, I will insert with this. But this is the Loving Patchwork, designed by Buttercup Designs, and I completely changed it. I just took the shape. This had like a bunch of patchwork, like the name, but I just stitched it in one variegated floss, and then the Love and White, and I didn't do the border. But I put it in this frame that I painted.
It looks great. There's nothing wrong with it. And we don't have to say any more about it.
Okay.
Because you're going to point out all the things that you're like, oh, I did this wrong and this wrong. It looks beautiful. It's great.
And that was stitched on, sorry, there's a long list. It was on 14 count Antique White Aida, and it was using DMC 4210. Okay. So now.
Next one. Let's just go through them. So it's Candy Cane's Angel.
Yeah. So this is Designs for the Needle ink. It was a kit on 18 count White Aida that was from the kit. And so Jason's mom started finishing this, and then she gave it to me because she gave me a bunch of cross-stitch
supplies. She started stitching it, right?
Right. And so I finished up the stitching. There wasn't that much left. So I stitched just like a few of these extra motifs. Like, it was mostly stitched. And then, so Christmas motifs from The Spirit of Christmas by Leisure Arts, and on 14 count white and hand-dyed silver Aida. So this was stitched using, I think all of them were stitched using a 12 maybe.
Yeah.
And so I just made a bunch of Christmas cards. I meant to make these last year, but I didn't.
But now we have tons of Christmas cards.
Hopefully I'll get some sent out.
For the upcoming...
At least they're made. Okay, so now we're now to the next
one. Oh, we're now to the next one?
So this I called patchwork ornaments because originally I was going to make these into ornaments, but I decided to just make them into cards. And these are just, I made up as I stitched them, and I used orts. So these are trees, and I call them ort trees, but Cheryl McKinnon had a pattern in Cross Stitcher magazine November 2018, and I stitched them 1/1 on 28 count opalescent Lugana. Once again, using orts. And I had a bunch of different trees. I just stitched a couple. So now, Winter Village Motifs by Stone Street Stitchworks on 16 count Picture This Plus Mystic Aida. And this is the one that I had a little extra fabric that I did that one earlier. So these are all from her Winter Village Motifs. And I think this might be a freebie. I'm 100% sure because I know I didn't buy it. But it's a really cute pattern, but I just chose to take motifs from it.
Are these from it too?
Yep.
There were a lot of cards that got fully finished, and she did an amazing job. I'm excited to send these out to people this holiday season. So
the next one is, Snowflakes, American Sampler by Susan Bates in Cross Stitch Crazy December 2019. and I stitched it on green fabric using waste canvas. And this was my first time doing waste canvas. So the stitches are kind of wonky, but it still looks okay from a distance.
Looks great.
So just made it a small Christmas ornament. And then this other one is Christmas Glow by Violets and Verses, Jennifer Richardson. And this is a freebie on her Facebook group.
Was this done with orts?
This was done with orts, and it's on 18 count Picture This plus Heartland Aida.
Looks great.
So, lots of FFOs, and there will be more to come.
So, you had how many, and you're now down to what?
I had over 50. I'm now down to 40. Because some of these, like all of this, these all counted as one item on my list. So sometimes when they're like multiple things from the same project, I just count it as one whip and one finish and one FFO.
There were 23 FFO objects here. That was one thing on her list. No! 10 things. It was 10 things.
These ones?
No. So it's 21 amongst all of these.
Oh, and it was
But
10.
if you had 50 things on your list and now you have 40, it would have been 10.
It was like 52, 53.
But still.
All right. So let me see if I can pull this up. Let's pause it. Well,
no,
okay.
I got it.
He's going to grab my piles that are all back behind the camera. So I released a few patterns. So Tombstone Row on 16 count Black Aida. And this was in the Halloween issue of Just CrossStitch last year, 2022.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, why did you just release this? You did this so long ago.
Yeah. So now I can release it. And so I actually wanted to get it released earlier in the year, but I got it released now. So at least I got it done before October. That's what I'm telling myself. And this next one was also in that same issue. And this is Pumpkin King on 28 count Picture This plus.
I told her to call it the Pumpkin.
He did.
But she didn't want to.
Yeah. So this is using like DMC black and then some Krynic. And then I used beads around the edge. So these patterns are now in my Etsy shop. If you didn't get that magazine and you want to stitch them, or you want a digital, like, pattern keeper friendly version. I mean, obviously it won't do the backstitch, but you could do the other stuff. So then we got my one that's in the Just CrossStitch Christmas 2023. So this is Making Christmas Bright. That they came up with that name. I was just calling it like Wreath and Light or something. They came up with a much better name.
Making Christmas Bright.
And this is on 32 count Witchel's Blue Moon Linen. And I'll insert a picture. So I originally stitched this pattern in a toile on 32 count raw opalescent Belfast linen, and it was a little much. It was too much.
It was a lot much. I liked it because Christmas is too much.
I mean, but so next year I can release this pattern. So when I release this pattern, I will release that conversion as well. But this is what this, and it's got some beads on it, and it's got some variegated floss. So I think it's really pretty. I like it. And these are based on the Christmas. At Christmas time in the next town over, they have the street lights, and then they put these wreaths around them, and that's what inspired this. Okay. And then the only other thing for Design Shop that I wanted to touch on is that my Etsy sale is still going on to celebrate my 10-year.
Is it through the end of September?
Through the end of September, you can save 25% on everything. So if you want anything from mine shop, now is a good time to purchase it.
So for those who agreed with me that she talks too fast, it's on her shop, 25% off everything till the end of the month of September.
I'm still talking too fast. I'm trying to be slow.
You are slower.
Okay.
You're a lot slower. But I don't want anybody to be like, oh no, I missed it. So I just wanted to like really drive home like.
Also, Etsy has this new thing where they give us Etsy sellers a link that if you click on that link, we get like less fees from them. So if you want to get something from my shop, please click on a link either in my link tree from my Instagram or the link down below from this video for Etsy shop, because it'll be less fees for me. I mean, if you click it somewhere else, it's fine. It's a sell. I'm totally fine with that too. But less fees is nice too.
So now it's a haul.
Yeah. So this is the one I got with my Just CrossStitch with this. but I also got my own copy as well. That's somewhere else. I've already marked the ones I want to stitch. And then when I renewed my Just CrossStitch subscription, I got a free calendar with it. So if you turn it to the back, you can see. So it comes with these patterns, and this is the different months and what shows. So I'll just put it, I have a calendar, CrossStitch calendar that's by my sewing machine. So I'm just going to replace it with this one next year. Okay. So last time we mentioned Fanciful Flamingo in our shoutouts. And so now that the box is out, I can tell you. So she is starting a subscription box. And for her first one, she asked if she could use one of my patterns in it and talked about it. So she ordered these from my distributor. So this is my first time seeing what one of my patterns looks like from the distributor. The quality is decent. Like, is it super great? Maybe not, but it's good enough. Like, part of it is I think like, ooh, high quality. But when you look at most CrossStitch patterns, they're not like super duper high quality.
I can't open it because the inside has the pattern.
Yeah, but so it is nice. It like it really is good enough.
And it follows your style too. I
think it's the paper. Like the paper is really good. It's just like a nice cardstock. But when I printed them personally, the ones that if you in like a recent video I was giving away, I put it on a nice.
It's a glossy type of paper.
A more glossy type of paper. And this is more a matte finish, which is fine. I'm just
She likes things to be shiny.
I like shiny. It's true. So also
speaking of shiny, this is adorable. Sorry.
Also as part of this, she asked if I would take it down from my Etsy shop and the distributor for the month of September to make it exclusive to the box. And I totally agreed because she made me a lot of money. It's been a rough year for me because I haven't been able to put as much time into the
Etsy shop and into
my business because of burnout and life job. So it was nice to do that, and you'll see later haul I got because of that.
But in it also came. Can we show what all's in the box? Okay.
I think so, yeah.
So it comes with this little wooden thread keeper.
Yep. Which is super cute. I don't know if I'll use it. I might just put it on display, but it's really cute. I like it.
Comes with these pumpkin counting pins, which again are super cute. These autumnal threads, which go for the pattern.
Right, it's the DMC conversion to the pattern.
There's this super cute fabric, which could be used to FFO. Mm-hmm. The pattern goes really well with it. There's a super cute hoop.
Yeah, though it's kind of tiny. I don't know if I would have something small enough to, maybe a Christmas ornament. That might be something I could stitch with using that.
There are some sweet treats.
I forgot about those.
Jolly Ranchers. Yeah, those should probably have already been eaten. A little tag, Happy Fall Y'all, and then a sticker for Happy Fall Y'all. So.
And then also, I was feeling really blessed by her. So I felt prompted to design a pattern. So this is based on her logo. And so I designed this and sent her the pattern and said she could do with what she wanted, and she included it as part of the box. So that's what's also in here is the
pattern for the Fall Fanciful Flamingo.
Yeah. So, and I think this is on antique white 14 count. Aida.
Why am I closing this? I need to put everything back.
Yeah. And then as part of this, she also offers a Zoom call to people who got the box. So I'll be doing a Zoom call with that. And I'm like, I didn't expect her to send me a box, but then she asked if she could get my address to send me one. And I felt so blessed and grateful to get a box because I was not expecting that.
But yeah, head on over to the Fanciful Flamingo.
Yeah. And so she's on FlossTube, Instagram. She has a Facebook group. So all the places, I will try to link them all below in my shoutouts and in my show notes. But
it's a really, really, really good box. I would highly recommend subscribing to it.
Yeah. And so I think she's doing it every other month. I'm not sure. Anyways.
Go check her out and find out.
So this next one is what I bought with that. So it's a lap stand. It's the Ct Creation Z lap stand. And so I've been considering buying it for years. And I've been planning to buy it since the beginning of the year. But because my finances for the shop weren't that great, I didn't.
Put it off.
I put it off. I was like, no, not yet. No, not yet. So once I got the check for that, I went on Etsy and there was actually a sale going on. And they only had the unfinished version available. So I need to stain it and assemble it. I mean, I think you have to assemble it even if it's the stained one. But I might sand it a bit. A few of the pieces feel a little rough. So I might sand it first, stain it, put it together. It may not happen soon. But I'm hoping that by using a lap stand, it can help some of the pain in my wrist, because I can only usually stitch for less than an hour at this point. I used to stitch for hours at a time, and now I can usually 30 minutes to 45, sometimes an hour. So I'm hoping maybe trying two-handed stitching using the lap stand and a frame might make me able to stitch longer. That's my hope. We'll see. And I got that from Bee Creek on Etsy. So the next thing I'm not going to show, but I got some cross-stitch patterns from Selva Design on Etsy. I would say go check out the shop. It's got lots of cute patterns, but I bought a couple patterns to use as a Christmas present for Jason's parents. So,
oh, that one.
I'm not going to show you the patterns that I got, but you can go look at the shop because there's lots of cute designs.
My parents, if you watch this, don't go look at the shop. Not until after you get your Christmas present. Rah, rah, rah.
And then I'm grabbing this to show. So I'm not one to do stitch-alongs or mystery stitch-alongs, especially because you don't know what it's going to be, and I don't have tons of funds to spend on my personal stitching. But Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers and Bella Filipina are doing a mermaid sale, and I decided to do that partially because I have this Bee Stitch Me fabric that I won in a giveaway in 2019, and ever since I first saw it, I was like, that would be perfect for a mermaid.
And we have been looking for a good mermaid pattern that would fit the fabric and everything.
Because I've looked at all these mermaid patterns and I found two Bella Filipina patterns that I want to stitch. However, they're both too big for this piece of fabric. So I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a smaller thing. I'll insert a picture of what this is like. The first installment has arrived for this mermaid sale. But it's one for each season. I was like, oh, I could stitch one of them on it. But then when I actually looked at the dimensions, the entire pattern will fit perfectly. Like, this is the exact size of fabric I need to do the entire thing. So I'm not starting it now. I am going to
start collecting the threads and the stuff that you need for it.
Well, I'm looking at Christmas and
you have a lot. Yeah.
Because this is, other than the DMC, this is all I have. One of the Krynics, and there's like 6 Krynics and a ton of beads. I don't have any of them. But I want to use my fun money on books. So I mean, that's what it comes down to. So
we'll see what we can get for Christmas
and maybe my birthday, because I've decided this is going to be my birthday start for next year. So I have till February, and I don't need everything to start it out, like the beads. Like, I'm going to prioritize the Krynic because I stitch Krynic before I stitch the beads, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm starting to collect things.
Shoutouts.
So the Late Night Stitchers group on Facebook, they have a Zoom, and 14 Ct Aida Girl has shouted them out like every video. So I decided to get on and try getting on the Zoom, because I've been wanting to get on Zoom things, but I was in a group, but then they weeded out people who hadn't gone on in a while, and so I got thrown out of that group, which is fine. I totally understand. But anyways, so with the Zoom for the Fanciful Flamingo, I was like, I've got to try this. You know, I've enjoyed like getting on and getting to know people, and they've said they subscribed, so that was really nice of them, to our FlossTube. So hi, if you're watching. And yeah, and they're also having a September fully finished challenge event thing, which has also encouraged me to get the fully finishing done.
She's totally winning it. She's knocking it out of the park.
But the thing is you, like, I guess for the challenge, you like post your finishes, like before and after, before it's finished, fully finished, and after it's fully finished, and then they're gonna like draw prizes or something. I don't know. I'm just doing it as motivation
to get some of these things fully finished, right?
So I will be doing more. And then last time our giveaway was one of my digital patterns, and Crafting Across the Continents, you won. So she's the one. I won this from her last time. So in the last video I showed this project pack that I wanted to give away from her, and now she's won the giveaway from me. So I will try to message you or whatever to let you know.
Well, you will message. You're really good about messaging and reaching out to people. So.
Yeah. And to find out which one you want. So thank you for the giveaway that I won, and congratulations on winning my giveaway. So now we're down to life updates.
Also,
wait,
stitching with all the cats. We still need your address so we can send you your giveaway winnings.
In the last video, I said I wasn't going to say it again, but I also didn't take off my list. So yes.
Oh,
yes, stitching with all the cats. My big giveaway from our 100th episode. I don't have your address, so if you want what you want in the giveaway, send me your address.
Yes. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It was on my list. So, life updates. So, work has continued to be busy. Jason's adjusting to his new job and having fun. Yes?
Having lots of fun. It's very weird to be able to say, like, well, I played D&D and then played card games and then played more D&D and that was my entire day and I didn't get anything done at work. But that was my work. It's very weird to be able to say that.
But then other days you're like stocking shelves for hours.
Yeah, most days I'm stocking shelves, cleaning bathrooms, vacuuming, sweeping,
running the register.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I'm getting into that. I'm starting to do a lot of social media stuff. They're migrating me more over towards that, so I'm getting a lot of that done lately. That's been fun, and I'm kind of I would say I'm starting to adjust well to what I need to do for this job. So,
I mean, you've only been there for what, a month and a half?
Yeah, going on 2 months now, but yeah. It's easy when your start date was the first day of the month.
So we'll start with the bad stuff that's happened, and we'll move to the good stuff.
Oh.
So Jason's computer died. This actually happened before the last video.
It just completely stopped working. I don't know what happened. It just stopped working.
But it was also really old.
That's true.
So we got Jason a new computer, but it was like parts or something?
Yeah, so I told my online gaming community that I play with that I wasn't going to be able to join them for some events that were coming up because my computer crashed. And somebody had recommended to do a GoFundMe solely because they wanted to donate money to help because they wanted me there.
Which
and that was really nice. They later told me that they had come into some money due to a family member passing away. Condolences on that one, but big thank you for helping us to do this. But yeah, we were able to find a basically server type CPU. It can hold up to about 6 to 8 hard drives, I think. And then,
but we only bought one.
And I'm going to see if I can migrate my 2 hard drives because my hard drives from the old computer were okay. So we're going to try to migrate those into the new computer. But yeah, it ended up coming out really blessed from that.
But there were some issues as we tried to get it. I didn't do anything with it. He tried to get it all set up.
Oh yeah, getting the internet to work on it was atrocious. It's like even the other day the internet just stopped working. And I'm like, oh, okay, we'll try to figure this out. So it got itself back on track, thankfully.
And then
you stubbed your toe.
I stubbed my toes really badly a couple weeks ago. Swollen, bruised, hurting really bad. I did go into the doctor just to make sure they weren't broken, and they were fine. They said it was probably sprained. I'm not sure how you sprain a toe, but I stubbed it really bad. It hurts. It still hurts. I can walk on it normally now for the most part, and it's healing, but it's still bothersome. And then I have a cold. It's not too bad at this point, but a week ago I was feeling really crappy. I do have a cold. I really do.
I don't think she has a cold. I think she's just super fatigued and worn out from all the extra work she's doing and all the pushing she's doing. Like how she's pushing herself a ton. That's personal thought.
But it's good. I've had less energy, less focus.
Could also be changing the seasons, but
well, yeah,
that would
changing
be
the season
the
usually causes cold.
Yeah.
So yeah, but on to the good stuff. My youngest sister got married. We went to her wedding. It was wonderful. Tiring because we were helping out with all sorts of stuff, but it was so much fun. It was so wonderful. All of my family was there. It was good.
They asked me to make the playlist, but then whenever I asked them, I was like, do you like this music? Do you like this music? They were like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's like, I need something to work with.
She was like the opposite of Bridezilla. Like, whatever works. A few times she had
That too can be a bridezilla though. Like I'm grateful that for them the focus was on getting married. That was the important thing for them. It wasn't all the extra reception fluff, which is nice. But yeah, I was like, could you please give me like 3 songs you like so I can like know, because he was the same way. I couldn't make a playlist to show like who they were through music because they're not music people, and it was super frustrating. Which
I mean, they sort of are. They were in band in high school and stuff. They're not music people like you are music people.
They're not the kind of person that would listen to music while they work.
Yeah, they might, but yeah. They're more likely to listen to audiobooks or something.
But you can't play an audiobook at a wedding.
But
Somebody in the comments, please tell me I'm wrong. Somebody in the comments be like, oh, we did an audiobook at our wedding. I think that would be hilarious. That'd be great.
Yeah. So it was really good. And now it's time to start working on... I mean, my brother's wedding isn't until January. But at some point, we'll need to figure out plane tickets and all that stuff.
Yeah, we should do that sooner rather than later, though.
See if there's anything he needs us to help with for that one. And yeah, but...
Yep.
We'll get to it. And I think that's everything for us. So
we have to have more happy stuff. There has to be something else happy that happened. Like, I'm adjusting the new job. No, most of what I've been doing is just the new job. Disney's Lorcana came out, and that's been fun. But that's part of my job.
Yeah.
So again, I say that out loud, and it's weird.
I've been reading good books. I like books.
And, I'm super proud of Karen. Sometimes she doesn't like stress. And in some books, they can get stressful. And I encouraged her because she had to put 2 books down because they got too stressful. It was actually 3. There were 3? What? There were 3?
Yeah, the third one I'm still trying. I picked it up again last night, but I'm 30% through, and the entire thing has been stressful the entire time. Like, it needs to get less stressful soon, or I just don't know if I'll finish it.
Yeah. But anyway, I was super proud of her because the other week I was like, hey, why don't you pick up one of the stressful books and try to finish it? Because then that stress will be off your shoulders. Because she takes the stress on. And she's like, oh, I've not finished this book. And she starts like, anyway, yeah. Some of you probably can empathize. You probably know what this feeling is. But I was like, take one of your books and just try to finish it today so that stress is off. And she did. And I was very proud of her. She did great.
It was good.
Because you're wonderful. Right?
Yes.
Yes. She's wonderful.
And I think that's all for us. Happy stitching.
Bye. Oh. Is that where you want it?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, good.